This coverage of CES is brought to you by Toyota. At a convention like the Consumer Electronics Show, accessories always has a huge presence, but this year it was a little different because a specific genre of accessory really took the spotlight, and that's wearable tech. Now, while we might not have been able to look at all of the wearable tech at CES 2014, we wanted to show you the highlights of the ones we did get our hands on.
Now, Vuzix is a company you might not have heard of, but they won an innovation award at CES this year, and they have some very cool augmented reality, wearable technologies, and so we thought you'd like to know, and I'll take it away. I'll let her do it.
Yes, this is the M100. It's a visual display for your smartphone, but it doesn't end there. It's actually got its own processor, so you can load applications right to it. We're targeting the medical industry and the industrial applications as well. So you might go into a warehouse and have your employees be able to know the location of where they're picking, seeing what inventory is available right on their screen, and they can scan the barcodes right with the camera that's built in. So everything can be done hands-free.
Do you consider this particular product to be competitive to Google Glass?
Yes.
Yes.
In that it does a few things differently.
Yeah.
And because we've been around since 1997, we actually know how the technology will interact with the way people will use it. Yeah. So for instance, one of the big differences is that we have a digital see-through box, okay? And as you just saw, it's very bright, you can see everything on there, and you can read it. You can't do that with Google. If the sun hits it the wrong way, or if you're a surgeon with the bright lights looking down at your patient and all of a sudden the patient data disappears, you're hosed.
I see, yeah.
And so is the patient.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's why we've taken a lot of that expertise we have over the years and built this device with it.
So we're here to introduce the Epson Moverio BT200 smart glasses. What you can see is that we have two displays that are centered in your field of view. Yeah. So effectively you get a large floating image right out there in front of you. In addition, we have motion sensors, a front-facing camera that allow you to fully sense the environment for augmented reality. And best yet, we run Android. Yes. So via this touch controller, we run Android 4.0, and it does run off a touchpad interface, and you do get a 6-hour battery life. Nice. So right now, we have some very cool kind of light virtual reality games that you've probably experienced.
How many games are we talking?
We've got 3 that are being demoed by a developer named Sean McCracken of Imaginary Computer, who's actually a very well-known glass developer.
Sean McCracken's very popular.
And Namco Bandai has an augmented augmented reality tabletop virtual fighter game. Nice. Really cool. Yeah. And we have a number of partners as streaming media on the streaming media side. And any Android app you can basically sideload onto the device. It's kind of an environmental.
And I can still see the reality, which is less appealing than what I see on the screen.
Now, we weren't able to get our hands on the Pebble Steel, but we did want to give it a mention here in the wearable tech of CES 2014. And that's particularly because as a Pebble fan myself, I'm really looking forward to seeing what else Pebble will be able to come up with after creating a whole new design for this particular version of the smartwatch. It comes with a metal band and has a metal face now, but the screen is still about the same and the functionality is still pretty much all the same. But it does show that Pebble is looking to really evolve, and I'm really looking forward to what they have in store for us for the rest of 2014.
So what we have is a Sony SmartBand here. Inside the Sony SmartBand is actually the Sony core. Once you connect it, you're going to use Bluetooth NFC One Touch to connect the two devices together. Okay. Once the device is connected, you're going to use Lifelog. Lifelog is this application here. As you can see from the application, you have 3 different views. You have the journey view, you have chart, as well as the map. From the journey view, you can see the character. As you scroll back into your journey, you can see the character actually animate and move. First application I'm going to show you is the fitness side. Cool. From the fitness side, you can see all the calories you burned, how many steps you've actually taken, and how long you ran for. If you actually look into the calories, you can see exactly the goals that you set and how well you do by day, by week, by month, as well as by year. It's not just about tracking your information, it's also about learning from it. So I know that this is my best run, but why did I do so well in my run? It possibly could be all this music I was listening to. These are the songs that really motivate me.
So it tracks the songs that motivate you when you exercise.
Exactly.
And it plays those more consistently while you exercise?
Well, actually, you would just learn from these songs, and then you would say, you know what, let's create this playlist the next time I go running.
That's a brilliant idea, man.
Exactly.
So what about the actual SmartBand itself? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so the SmartBand itself, will come with 2 different straps, a small strap as well as a large strap. Inside the strap is what we call the Sony core. You can control your music with it. All you have to do is press this while it's in active mode, tap on the top once to play, tap again to stop, double tap to fast forward, triple tap to rewind.
What about quadruple tap?
Yeah, quadruple tap, we'll see what happens there.
We're looking at the LG Lifeband Touch. It's a sophisticated product that's designed to actually help you in a lot of ways. But since Brandy's the true expert, I'm going to let her take us through it.
The first one's pretty much your basics. It's going to be your time, your date, and your battery life. You press it again, that's how many calories you've lost throughout the day. That's your goal, and that's how close you are to your goal. The closer you get, the light will slowly turn from a red to a yellow to a green. And there's your miles, how many steps you've taken. And let's say you want to go to the gym and you want to start a separate set of data. So you'll go into workout mode, and then from there you'll also be able to see your stats. And also it can sync with your phone, so you can control your music as well as get call and text notifications.
Very cool. So how exactly does it read all that data that allows it to, come to the determination?
Yeah. So it uses an accelerometer and an altimeter. It's the future of fitness.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time, Brandy.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And once again, thank you to Toyota for sponsoring our CES coverage.